Hey guys, welcome back to another video on predicates and quantifiers. So today we'll be looking at another example. Suppose this example is given below, and the first two, these are your premise. These two are your premise, and the last one is the conclusion that we get from that premise. Okay, so let's say the question tells us to quantify them. So how do we do that? So first we have to understand what the domain X is. Remember, we write AX or EX here, so we have to define what this X means. So from the question we understand that it's talking about animals or creatures. So let's write the answer. So the domain X is an animal. Okay, so next up we have to define the functions. So let's say Lx is X is a lion. Okay, so let's move on to Fx. X is fierce. Finally, Cx, X drinks coffee. Okay, so now let's look at the first question and let's try to answer that. So all lions are fierce. So it says all, so we understand that we have to use the universal quantifier and put the domain X here, which is animals, are fierce. So if it's a lion, then it would be fierce, right? And we know that from real life, lions are always fierce. So we write Lx, we use implication sign, and then Fx for fierce. So this whole statement means there exists all lions. So a universal quantifier means all. Lx are all lions are fierce. So we don't use and here because like we could have used, you might think we could have used this used and, but we can't use that because if we look at the and logic gate, we would see that if a lion is like if the animal is a lion, so this is true, right? And it's fierce, so true. This case satisfies. However, there are other animals, right? So if that animal is not a lion, so if it's false, but it can be also fierce, right? So we know that in the animal kingdom there are other animals, hyenas, tigers, they are also fierce. So we can't use and because there are other animals in the wilderness that are also fierce. So to say that the lions are the ones we are working with, so the lions are always fierce. That's why we use the implication sign. So let's move on to the second one. Some lions don't drink coffee. So by looking at the first word, some, we understand we have to use the existential quantifier and writing the domain X, so all animals. So some lions don't drink coffee. So let's put lions here and drink coffee. So not Cx. We're using finally this means that there exists some animals who are lions and that lions don't drink coffee. So this is pretty straightforward. This is like an English statement, and you understand that some animals are lions and they don't drink coffee. So moving on to the third one, which is some fierce creatures don't drink coffee. So it's some, so we're using existential quantifier here. And so some creatures, so some animals, so some fierce creatures, so we have to write Fx don't drink coffee and not CX. So this statement says that there exist some animals who are fierce and they don't drink coffee. So as I said before, hyenas and tigers, let's assume they don't drink coffee. So this is basically an English statement. So these are pretty much straightforward. You just look at what's given to you, and based on that you would understand when to use an existential quantifier and when to use an universal one. And by this statement you can understand when to use an implication, when to use and, or when to use or. So this is pretty easy example. In the exams you won't be seeing such examples, but it's better to understand from the easier ones and then move on to the hard ones. So hope you guys like the video, and practice this from the books and from other internet resources. And hope you guys like the video, and feel free to put a like and a comment below. Thank you.